This is the dawn of a new era in British karting. Over 550 drivers in 12 classes competing for victory over 18 race weekends. This is the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships. It's Minimax time at Mansell Raceway, the newest venue in the British Kart Championship. As the field enjoys the Devon sunshine, we caught up with Callum Voisin, who started the weekend in bombastic fashion, setting pole position in time qualifying and winning both his heats. Can he keep up the momentum for the final?
I'm really quite confident, hoping for top 3 in both of the finals, just trying to get some good points for the championship. Mansell Raceway is quite a technical circuit, and I think I like the technical bit of it, so it does suit me quite a bit.
Archie Kitching, Jez Williams, Callum Voisin, Horton, Stevens, Gornall, Rennie, Hughes and Murphy. Sutherland in the top 10 as well. Is it going to be a clean start? You bet ya! Away we go, and now Callum Voisin's going to get into second place. A great start at the inside. Williams is going to lose out to Ollie Stevens. No, he's not. He's going to charge around the outside. Great comeback from Jez Williams as he gets into third place. Horton now at the inside of Ollie Stevens to take fourth, and Alex Hughes is getting in there as well, but he can't quite make the deadlock. And the 73 I should say, of the Scotsman Tristan Rennie is trying to get himself into the top 6 now as well. He's had to hang back and allow Hughes to battle with Ollie Stevens. Stevens trying to get back up the inside. He fends off from Tristan Rennie, but Hughes gets through, so that puts him up into 5th place. So great racing on the opening lap as they come through to that tight hairpin at the end of the second sector, and now down the long straight that feeds into the chicane. Feed the kart in nicely, right, left, right, and it's a bit of a mistake from Archie Kitching. He's going to get a bit of a run now from Callum Voisin. Jez Williams won't wait around, and at the inside Ollie Stevens is going to make the bid to get into 5th place. He makes the lunge on Alex Hughes, so up at a 5th position. Jez Williams is getting impatient, sat behind the Coles Racing twins, and he's trying to get himself up into second position as soon as he possibly can. But this is not going to be easy as they run down the airfield straight. Williams makes his bid, but he can't get by. So Callum Voisin still sat in second position, having had a great weekend, but he's down to third. Jez Williams squeezes through in the left-hand hairpin and into second position. Now Callum Voisin can't afford to lose focus now. Down to third, but he won both his heats yesterday, so he's got a good chance to get back up to the front. Archie Kitching taking the victory in the earlier final though, definitely in with a good chance of victory again. But Jez Williams was the man he fought with earlier on, so now it's Groundhog Day. He's going to do it again. Ollie Stevens now makes the move up the inside of Horton and gets into 4th position. Great run from Ollie Stevens, and it's clear that his knowledge of the circuit is definitely giving him plenty of traction out of the corners. Great battles all the way through the field as the drivers knit their way through. Even in the midfield we've got some good dicing as Lincoln Bailey-Arneson is duelling with Declan Russell. And now the drivers are running through to the second hairpin of the second sector. Now back on the power, through the right flick, close to the curbs. Left, through that long fast apex and up towards the hairpin. Dicing through the right-hander. Back on the power. And this is going to be an interesting one for Jez Williams. He's got to balance this very carefully through the final chicane. Otherwise, if you use too much curb, you lose traction, you lose grip, you lose speed. Down the straight. Williams is going to line him up. Lovely job at the inside. Oh, well covered by Archie Kitching. Kitching shuts the door. He realised that Williams was getting close and decided, no, I'm going to hold it. And now Callum Voisin trying to get up the inside of Williams. He's going to lose ground. Stevens is going to get through. Oh, and over the top. Harley Horton collides with Voisin as Rennie gets past both of them into 4th place, taking Alex Hughes along for the ride. Well, the two Coles Racing teammates unfortunately have tagged each other. That is Callum Voisin. Oh, and Gornall's gone with Hughes! Sam Gornall tags Alex Hughes, and they go off together, and they've rejoined at one of the most dangerous points on the circuit. But they come back in together, so 2 collisions in the space of 2 sectors. So now, out in first, it is Archie Kitching in front of Jez Williams. Sounds to me, oh no, that is Callum Voisin. I think Callum Voisin's got a problem. That sounds to me like Callum Voisin's got an exhaust issue. and that is surely going to be a mechanical flag if he has. Oh, that is Callum Boyson. Surely his race is going to be over. They're going to hear that he's got an exhaust issue, and that's going to be a mechanical flag. Well, that is a disaster. Callum Boyson, essentially his race opportunity to take the victory taken away from him as they battle for the lead. Kitching and Williams side by side again as they battle for the victory. And there's a yellow flag down to the hairpin, so we've got somebody missing. I think that is going to be, well, we'll have to double check, but I wonder if that's Nicole Sutherland in trouble. That would be devastating. She fought her way up to the top 10. That's Ollie Stevens making the lunge on the inside for the victory. And through goes Ollie Stevens. Ollie Stevens takes the lead. Now, where is Jez Williams? Oh, there's Jez Williams. He's down in the back of the field. Jez Williams is dead last. Now, what happened to Jez Williams? He was fighting for the victory and now he's in last place. So a big issue for Williams, but the local hero, Ollie Stevens, has got through to the front past Archie Kitching. Really great to see how these British Championships can really deliver a local hero to the front end of the field. Ollie Stevens had an amazing weekend with the Team Clay Racing squad. Last week at Clay Pigeon, he was fighting for the victory, and now Ollie Stevens is at the front again. So through the leaders come. Callum Boyson's definitely got a big problem there with the car. It's very noisy as Tristan Rennie is now to third position. Ryan Willis is up into fourth place. Boyson and Horton are now fifth and sixth as they battle for position. But I get the feeling that this might not last too long for Callum Boyson. He's got a major problem with the exhaust. It's louder than any other kart out there to the ×3 mark. And I have a feeling that's going to, unfortunately, give him a mechanical flag, because it will not have gone unnoticed. If I can hear it, then certainly somebody 10 times cleverer than me up in the officialdom will be able to spot it. But Callum Boyson, looks like he's got a mechanical problem developing because of that exhaust. And he's battling with Ryan Willis, trying to stay in front of Harley Horton. Here goes Tristan Rennie in third position, now trying to make the bid on Archie Kitching. But Ollie Stevens has definitely saved his best to last as the number 27 runs out in front of the field. Well, how about this for irony? Because the first two drivers in the race are carrying numbers made famous by Nigel Mansell himself. The number 27, Ollie Stevens, leads the race. That's the number that Nigel carried in 1989 for Ferrari. And in second place is Archie Kitching in, well, it's not the red 5, but it's the black 5 that runs in second position. Very fitting here at Mansell Raceway that they are 1 and 2 in number 27 and number 5, two of Nigel's most famous numbers. Along the start-finish straight. And Ollie Stevens runs in first in front of Archie Kitching. Callum Boyson still trying to make the bid to get past Ryan Willis in fourth position, but it's a three-way fight for the victory. And it's with 3 different teams. Clay Racing, Coles Racing and Project One. And they're all together battling away. Sam Gornall is trying to recover. Where is Sam Gornall? He is now running in about 18th position the last time I saw him. But I think he's got a transponder issue as a result of that incident he was involved with, so that might be why it's not updating on the timing screen particularly frequently. Sam Gornall showing as running in 18th. I don't think that's actually the case. I think he's a bit further forward than that. But out in front, it is Ollie Stevens who leads the race from Archie Kitching and Tristan Rennie. Rennie's got a good run, the Scotsman pushing hard. Callum Boyson now up into fourth position. Still running well. But the battle is obviously very tight at the sharp end of the field as the competitors are still trying to push their way further forward. But now the competition is getting very intense between the drivers at the sharp end of the field. Tristan Rennie closing up in third position as he tries to make the ground on second place man Archie Kitching, and that's Sam Gornall, I think, making another good overtake. That puts him up into ninth position past that's Harry Reynolds. He's made the move on, so back into ninth comes Sam Gornall. It's a tricky race for Sam. He needed points here to close up on Archie Kitching in the championship, but Kitching is running second and under pressure from the Scotsman Tristan Rennie with a long way still to go. Callum Boyson in fourth, still screaming like a banshee down the main straight in fourth position. Horton is fifth, 42 Ryan Willis is sixth, and then in seventh position that is the 71 Up the inside, is there going to be a move on Willis? Yes, there is, as Juan Monique gets into P6, and into the pits to retire comes Lincoln Bailey-Arneson. Well, I say that the exhaust is louder than most, but if there's nothing actually come apart on the kart for Callum Boyson, then he should be all right, because there's definitely no mechanical flag been sent to him yet. So I think he's got away with it. His kart is definitely louder than the others, but if there's nothing mechanically amiss with the kart that would cause an issue for the other competitors, then he's allowed to keep his 4th place, and I think that's where he's at. So far so good for Callum Boyson. Well, he's there in P4. Tristan Rennie hanging it on in behind the number 5 of Archie Kitching. The battle's still raging. Up through the hairpin, and Rennie's going to go for it on the inside and into 2nd place. A lovely move from the Scotsman. Tristan Rennie gets into P2, and a great bit of driving there. He's been threatening to be like this all weekend long. I spoke to his dad earlier in the weekend, and they were just saying, we just want to be competitive. We don't mind if we finish lower down the order. We just want to be in the hunt. And they're certainly in it now, in 2nd place as they come off the hairpin, down the straight towards the chicane. So Ollie Stevens leads the race. Tristan Rennie in 2nd. 3rd is now the 5 of Archie Kitching. And in 4th is Callum Boyson. Kitching's going to try again as they charge up the field. In through that first corner. And again for the 5 of Archie Kitching. A chance to go for Tristan Rennie is in the offing. Rennie blends off the power in the hairpin and keeps it together. No major difficulties for the moment as they go back down the airfield straight and up into the 2nd sector through the hairpin. Into the left-hander, and there's going to be a really exciting battle for the rest of this race, isn't there? Through the left sweeper, up to the hairpin, and down the long stretch towards the final chicane. So this is going to be a really interesting battle as into the chicane come the drivers, with Ollie Stevens now stretching out in front of Rennie and Kitching. Is Ollie Stevens going to grab the most important race victory of his entire karting career? A win is great, but in the British Championships, under the watchful eyes of the likes of Hugh Chambers, David Richards and Nigel Mansell himself who are watching, that's a big deal. As into the pits comes the 25 of Luke Evans. A very tricky race weekend comes to a premature end. But out in front, Ollie Stevens has got the magic today. With 4 minutes to go, he is running beautifully. 2nd place, Tristan Rennie. 3rd is Archie Kitching. And in 4th place, Callum Boyson. So it's looking very good up at the front end of the field for Ollie Stevens. He continues to keep it under wraps as they go into the chicane. Keep it together, Ollie. You've got a bit of a gap. Rennie gets a bit of a stumble. Into the pits comes Callum Boyson. It's game over for Boyson, and he knows it. A big problem, and it is mechanical for Callum Boyson. I think they finally flagged him. So a big problem for Callum Boyson. He receives the mechanical flag. I wasn't sure if he was going to or not, but he certainly receives it now, and that's devastating. Not his fault at all. He got clattered into by his teammate Harley Horton, but for the man who won both the heats yesterday, it's all ended in heartbreak for Callum Boyson. What a shame. Well, the drivers are back into the action out of the 2nd sector hairpin, and now into the sector 3. Up on the power. And into the final chicane comes Ollie Stevens, but back in a second now has come Archie Kitching. He's got through on Tristan Rennie, and Rennie's going to try and fight back. But then maybe they will work together to try and get the gap down to Ollie Stevens first. Just over 3 minutes to go as Ollie Stevens leads the race. 2nd place is the 5 of Archie Kitching. Tristan Rennie in 3rd, and in 4th place now is Harley Horton in front of the 71. That is Juan Monique, who is in P4 in front of Ryan Willis and Sam Gornall. So Sam Gornall has fought his way onto the back of the Project 1 car. And so the battle continues. Now in terms of the championship fight, Archie Kitching is now looking at 381 as Sam Gornall and Harley Horton are going to overtake Jez Williams, who is down at the back of the field after his earlier incident. But it's looking rosy for the man out front. Ollie Stevens is looking to take a crucial victory here at Mansell Raceway. He lives in this part of the world. He did a great job at Clay Pigeon 7 days ago when he raced in Clay Pigeon, which is not a massive distance away from this place. But now he is going to be taking a very, very valuable victory in Minimax in the British Championship if he can hold it together. Stevens leads from Kitching, Rennie, Horton, Waniki, Gornall, Willis, Parker, Murphy and Alex Hughes. Then Declan Russell and Nicole Sullivan. So a really exciting battle continues as the drivers make their way down the straight towards the chicane. And we're going to have a rip-roaring battle between these two in second and third, Kitching and Rennie in the closing stages if things keep going. Archie Kitching just trying to keep the cart balanced in the last few laps of racing. And now the battle is kicking on for fifth position as Juan Moniki is trying to hang on in front of his teammate Sam Gornall. Gornall goes right, down to the hairpin. Can he hold it in the braking zone round the outside? He keeps it well placed and he's through. Sam Gornall gets there. Moniki's trying to get back on him, but Gornall gets the door shut. Keep it tight. Nicely done from Sam Gornall. Up into fifth position now on Juan Waniki. And up the inside, that looks like a bit of an attempt from Ryan Willis to get himself back into the top six. So an absolutely terrific charge forward from Sam Gornall up into P5. But now the closing stages are upon us and Ollie Stevens is looking likely to get a very valuable home win. Second place is the 5 of Archie Kitching. Then third for Tristan Rennie in front of Harley Horton. Then it is Gornall, Waniki and Ryan Willis. In 8th position, we've got a good battle. And it's getting very, very tight in there with 3 drivers in the hunt for 8th place. And there's all sorts of difficulties with our timing screen, unfortunately. It's not quite giving us the positions lower than about 7th place. So we'll follow it as we go. But a really exciting battle up at the sharp end of the field is still continuing on for Ollie Stevens. He's being caught now by Kitching and Rennie in 2nd and 3rd places. Harley Horton trying to rein in on them as well. And they've run out of time. It's the last lap. Here we go. And Ollie Stevens has got the gap to Archie Kitching and Tristan Rennie as they run valiantly in the top 3. And it looks to me as though Ollie Stevens has done exactly what he meant to do. He wanted to come here and prove a point amongst the British Championship elite. He has done more than that. He has found his feet, he has got himself into a good position, and he has made it work. Great battles from Archie Kitching, who started from pole position, and Tristan Rennie fighting through to 3rd. He's definitely to be commended. The Scotsman's done a great job, but none more so than the man in the lead as he goes into the 3rd sector for the last time. Out onto the home stretch. Only the chicane stands between himself and victory. Right, left, right. It's flawless. Ollie Stevens takes the checkered flag and wins at Mansell Raceway. That is such a brilliant result. Ollie Stevens has got the job done. In Minimax, in the British Championships, Ollie Stevens takes the final victory. And that is a massive achievement for young Ollie Stevens in front of Archie Kitching and Tristan Rennie. A terrific battle and such a deserving victor. The Team Clay Racing driver put on such an incredible show, and that proves that you don't need to have the might of the campaign behind you. Track knowledge and great guts and determination can get you to the top. A brilliant run for Ollie Stevens. He takes the victory in front of Archie Kitching and Tristan Rennie. Then it's Harley Horton from Sam Gornall, Juan Waniki and Ryan Willis. And then you have Logan Parker from Jed Murphy and Alex Hughes, Declan Russell and Nicole Sutherland, Jez Williams, Jacob Baldry, and then the retirements, Callum Voisin and Harley Horton in front of Luke Evans and Lincoln Bailey Arneson. A very tricky race, but an absolutely thrilling one throughout, as we got to see some truly sensational racing. And Ollie Stevens is a heroic victor on home turf. So a welcome surprise sees Ollie Stevens win a stunning race. But with Archie Kitching in 2nd, he maintains his championship lead, whilst Tristan Rennie is catching up in 3rd, and there's still a long way to go.
So I had a good start in the race. I gained a few places and got to the lead and kept it to the end.
Yeah, it started off really good. Me and Callum managed to get a bit of a gap at the start, but everything seemed to close up a bit towards halfway through the race.
We started in 7th, got ourselves up to 3rd. Me and Archie were passing each other a bit and let Ollie get away a bit. And we tried to catch back up to Ollie, but he's too far ahead to the end and we just couldn't get there. I could finish up 3rd.